Okay, we're officially live. Oh, Neha, thank you so much for your patience with me while I got everything settled here and organized for us. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. This is Adrienne Capricorn Tigress of Astrology, a look inside.com, and this is the Astrology Lovers and the Spiritual Woo podcast, and I'm here with Neha Zupan.
Neja, yes.
Neha Zupan, right? And she's here to talk with us, her just about her life in general. So Neha, tell us a little bit about you. Now, I found Neha in a Facebook group, but I want to learn a little bit more about you and your spiritual journey. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My spiritual journey actually started when I was already as a baby. I remember myself being entertained by angels when I was 3 months old. So that was the start. I was quite alone because my parents were building a house and they left me. They thought that I was okay. I was not very much okay. I was crying a lot, and then angels came, and they started to entertain and smile, and it was really like a blessing. Then I remember that then this went actually into subconscious, but when I was 8 years old, I fall and I was wounded very deeply, and I didn't want to go to the doctors. And this was actually somehow a deeper connection already with my spirit, with my wisdom to heal on a natural way. So I was 8 years old, and from that on, everything just progressed. I started to meditate when I was 14, and at the age of 18, I started really to go deep into many subjects. So I studied at the university, but beside this, I was studying 6 different modalities, from yoga to Reiki, traditional Chinese medicine, Bach flower remedies, and many things.
That's very interesting. Well, what got me is when you were talking about being young and healing yourself. When I was a little girl, this is going to sound really ridiculous, but it's a true story. I grew back a toe. Have you heard about children that have been able to grow back things like toes and things like that? Because I did this. It's really weird, right? But I think when we're little, we have this strange healing ability, don't we?
Yes, we do have. Now I'm teaching, not teaching, but helping people activate multidimensional intelligence. And everything is just about activating our capabilities.
Yes.
Because, we are spirits. We are not bodies. We are spirits that have bodies and manage our bodies through managing our energies that are flowing through us.
I just think it's amazing that we do have so much more potential than any of us realize.
Yes, we do have, yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. Now, you mentioned that you studied for 6 modalities? Is that what
Yeah, I studied actually more modalities, but this is what I started to study when I was 18 years old. So I have quite a lot of certification programs did to Ayurveda, applied kinesiology, energy medicine, bioresonance, different things, And also psychology, different modalities from psychology, so that I really learned how to connect all these things together.
Yeah.
All levels that we are made of: body, emotions, mind, energy, and spirit. So connect everything.
Now tell me, Neha.
Yes.
What's the name of your business that you have, that you do now? Tell us.
Yeah, my doctoral institute.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm helping people really to activate multidimensional intelligence. Yeah, through different, approaches. Depends where the person is, what frequency a person already cultivated, and then I help a person to to start utilizing a higher frequency energy.
What do you find is the biggest block to people utilizing this frequency or this extra energy that we have access to?
Mind. It's always, mind is so sometimes so stuck that, that need to talk with them to bring them through experience to embodiment, that they start to recognize that it's really exists something else as well.
Oh, so just the fact that there is an outside existence, that just getting people to understand that is hard.
Yeah.
I actually
Exactly.
believe that there is so much more than us, and I believe in certain things like parallel universes and different timelines and all types of stuff like that.
Exactly. When we talk about this, I laughed so much. This was, I don't know, maybe 20, 25 years back when I recognized what is a black hole. The people are talking about black holes. And when I got this knowledge, I was meditating and this knowledge just came to me and I started to laugh. It's so simple. It's just passage to another dimension.
Oh,
Yeah, it's very simple.
it's
Yeah,
amazing. Now,
really amazing.
when you're doing your work, do you take people through like a transition into anywhere? Because I've been doing things like going into like higher planes. And so I'm really kind of woo-woo out there because I feel like I hang out there a lot now. But for most people, they have no clue how to get, up into these higher areas. How do you introduce them into that?
Yeah, actually, depends where the person is. If a person it's not there yet to understand things, then I start with energy exercises, with meditation, with food, so that people prepare their bodies to be a really higher frequency conductors. For example, for this cable for the telephone, for charging the telephone, it's really tiny cable. So in this tiny cable, you cannot conduct a really high frequency energy. It's the same like with a cable where this huge electricity runs, that the cities are equipped with. So I help people step by step, to open up for other possibilities in the body. Then we start to build on. I just recently, this weekend, I was conducting a very, very intensive retreat, 3 days retreat.
Oh, wow.
And we have been preparing bodies. So on Friday, we have started to prepare, opening a lot of somatic movements, really to liberate all the stress that the people brought from. And on Saturday, we continued to do a lot of energy exercises, but already a liberation of a lymphatic system, nervous system, and stress release. And then on Sunday morning, we started to, through breathing, we started to enter on levels. And it was amazing. We had this retreat in a really special place where in mountains with really cold water. This water has about 5 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit. I don't know how much is this in Fahrenheit, but it was very cold.
Oh,
Yeah, just a little above the freezing level.
yeah. Like about 37 degrees here, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, something like this. Yeah. And many of people on Saturday, they said that they won't go, they will not go to this freezing water. On Sunday, when we enter, into spiritual realms, they build such a strong energy around that all of them went into this water. It was 60 people into this water, taking a shower under the waterfall, this freezing waterfall. And then we were smoothing afterwards all this experience. And at the end, we reconnected everything in their heart. So I developed one special meditation called a healing of the heart. So we reconnected everything on the level of 5 elements, all the experience, and then they went home. And testimonials are amazing.
Oh, it sounds like it was beautiful. What an experience. I mean, when you
Yes.
said they're taking the showers under the waterfalls, I'm like, that's incredible.
Yeah, that's so incredible experience. Yeah.
So when you find that people are going through, because that's like a cleansing program, you took them from a healing, cleansing, removal, all of that. Do you find that their lives are improving in all over after that? Because there are certain blocks I think we carry inside of us.
For example, one guy called me after 2 days and he said, "My God, I don't need so much sleep anymore. I
Oh,
have so much energy." And the other called me and said, "My fear is gone. I don't
oh,
feel fear anymore."
oh, that's
And
amazing.
yeah, and the third one called me, it was so difficult for me in the past to get clients and to sign the contract. And now in 3 days, contract was signed up.
Oh, wow. They're
So it
incredible.
was a huge healing, huge healing all over. And there was another one that had cancer, and she said, "Finally, I recognized the roots of cancer."
Oh,
A lot
so
of healing.
beautiful.
Yeah, on many levels.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, limited to one sort of challenges that people have or obstacles that people have, but I'm oriented really to guide them to transform their energy. And when the energy is transformed, of course, everything transforms.
It's amazing.
Whatever they want.
Oh, it's incredible. I know because I'm a sacred soul alignment healer, so I know that we are carrying things inside of us. And I know I have blocks and things like that. So this is the beauty of going on a retreat because there's probably deeply buried, embedded things that need deep cleansing, like what you just gave.
Exactly. Yes.
That's incredible. So,
Yes.
now, how long have you been doing retreats? I have a feeling this wasn't your first retreat.
No. I'm very accustomed used to do this. So my first retreat that I was conducting was probably somehow 25 years back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've been at this for a minute. I can tell. I can feel it. I can feel that energy.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I have a lot of not just knowledge, but it's frequency that I have built because I myself went through quite challenging life, and in order to actually help myself and to transcend, I needed to transform frequencies. So I embodied it first. For example, one of the most challenging things in my life was cancer. I was diagnosed with cancer 12 years back. I had only 5% chances to survive. It was aggressive form, and all my female ancestors passed away for cancer. And all of them received allopathic medicine approach. So with only 5% chances to survive, I said the allopathic medicine, no, I don't want chemotherapy, I don't want radiation, and I don't want hormonal therapy. So I set off to my own healing with what I was already teaching others. And here I am, healthier than I was ever before, and more happy, more vibrant, everything, This is the outcome of everything. So I went to the roots. I cut off the roots of this illness of cancer, and set myself free.
Oh my gosh. So basically you're saying you were able to heal yourself
Yeah.
from it. Was there any particular thing you took, or was it all just from side, basically?
No, it was, I did a lot of body cleaning.
Okay.
Because cancer cells by themselves, they produce more than 65 different toxins. So because it was aggressive form of ductal hormonal dependent cancer, I needed to constantly clean my body, of these toxins. So this was on a body level. Then a lot of emotional work. So on my emotions, on my way of thinking, on my energies, I had quite low level of energy. So I was constantly doing different energy exercises to level up my energy to be able, to do all the things.
Yeah.
And I was practicing a lot of meditation, also power plants and spiritual journeys
Yeah.
with power plants, so that I was able to, to recognize what was going on with me.
Beautiful.
Yeah, not just with me, also with entire family, actually.
Wow. Because it, like you said, it was part of your bloodline, this
Exactly. It
cancer.
was, if I put in the lines,
Yeah, yeah. It was almost expected. And that's so weird when you see it in the family line that goes from one generation to the next.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. But it's incredible that you were able to heal yourself, and it sounds like you've been able to heal other people along the way.
Exactly. Not me. I don't consider myself that I heal others. Of course, I could, but I don't want. Why? Because I don't know what religion here people are on this podcast, but I'm Christian, so I read quite a lot of Bible, and Jesus said, don't give people fish. Teach them how to fish.
Right.
So I'm teaching people how to fish.
Right.
Yeah, how they regain their strength and their love to themselves and their joy and passion for the life.
So if there was anything that you could help me say to get my power back, because I always feel like I've lost my power. And that probably happened in my last marriage. I was married 3 times. The last one kind of devastated me. And I feel like this is the best I got since then. But I still feel like there's something, I can tell there's something that I lost. We get our power back, or at least remember our power to get it back.
What I sensed with you, it's good that you do a lot of, I don't know how you do, or if you do a lot of cleaning on your first 3 chakras. So what I'm perceiving that first and second are quite blocked, but also the third one has some cracks. Feeling, I teach people how to feel these chakras, what quality and what frequency of vibration of this energy is in certain chakra. And if it doesn't spin smoothly or vibrantly, so it's usually something there. Then you need to go into whatever is happening. For example, for me, huge was safetyness. And yeah.
When you said the first, second, and third, are we talking like the root chakra there?
Yeah, it's its root. Yeah, a root, and then it's sacral chakra, and it's the.
I'm a generator. When you said the third was cracked, I'm like, I'm a generator. Sacral. I knew it. Okay, that's fine. I knew.
Yeah. Yeah,
And I was raped at 18 months.
Yeah. As I said, for me was this safety, but not being safe. But this not being safe was already from as I said, 3 months old. Neja was lying there alone, not left alone, but my parents were building house and they didn't think that I would need some assistance, and I started to think that I'm not good enough and there is nobody here to protect me, to take care of me. And this is the root chakra, and most of people, especially when there are difficult relationships, intimate relationships, usually root chakra is filled with fear. Yeah. Although if we don't feel at first, when we go inside and sit with this, then we start to feel. Then we really start to feel.
Okay.
Yeah. And then just sit. Whatever is coming. For example, vibration. This was, fear is like this low vibration, like this. It's making like this, And I was just sitting in this vibration, letting this vibration vibrating in me, and then I just let my body to do whatever body wants to do. And it was a lot of shaking, oh. So it was like on trampoline, I don't know if it's called trampoline.
Yeah,
You don't know.
up and down.
Yeah, yeah. It is when you jump, it was, like shaking this a lot that started to come out fear from the cells, out from the cells. It was,
Wow.
like rooted, like grabbed, like with claws in the cells. And I just let out.
Wow, that's insane. That's crazy. Fear is a very strong emotion. Very.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
We carry it so deep inside of us for a lot of us forever. And I know I have fear in certain things. My daughter talks about the fact that I even do online work because in reality, I don't like going outside and dealing with people. I stay to myself. I deal with my family, but I'm not an outie. I'm very enclosed, very much so.
Yeah.
And I tell this story a lot, but one of my healing journeys was that I had once been over 550 pounds. And I know now that that is protection because of what?
Yeah.
Fear. Where did the fear come from? You were raped at 18 months, right? What does that mess up? Your sacral, your root, all of that. But when you get to the core of it, you're like, oh, I'm just trying to protect myself.
Yeah, then we are on track.
You think about all the pain you go through when you are that big, because instead of getting the protection, then people get mean. There were a lot of cruelty things that I went through as a really, really big obese person. And then I realized that was more painful than what I thought I was protecting myself from. So just let it go, release it.
Yeah.
So yeah. There's obviously some more stuff I need to release, but that's okay. I'm obviously on the right track because you saw it. So that's good.
Yeah. I'm very much, I'm sensing, I don't know how it is, this English, clear sensitive or clear voice, clear.
A clairaudience. I have clearly.
How I got actually information that I have cancer. So I was sitting again in the meditation and the voice came and said, "Neja, you have cancer." And then I said, okay, whatever, And then the voice came again. Pay attention. You have cancer. Yeah. Then I went to tests, to make tests, allopathic medicine, and they confirmed,
that it was there.
Yeah,
but you knew it before the doctor confirmed it. You felt it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Not that I felt, I heard. I got information, I really feel and hear very good. I also have this capability to see many things,
Like you said, you can see the chakra, the auras, you can see all that, right?
Yeah, I see when I orient to see. In normal life, I don't want to see actually everything because it's too much, too full everywhere. I just want to live my life. Yeah. But when on meditation or treatment, or for example, on retreat that I'm conducting, then I open and allow myself to perceive different dimensions and to help people.
Now, see, I've heard this and I wonder if this is what it is. One of the things I heard, and I'm kind of woo-woo, so I could be wrong, but that when we open ourselves up to different dimensions, we can tap into the dimensions where we're in a healthier body, and we can take on some of that. Is that true? Because that's what I heard. When we connect with
for me, actually, as I said at the beginning, mind is the biggest enemy of the spirit. So if also on the spiritual level, person taps into different sphere and see him herself as a healthy person, but if the mind is not in coherence, in harmony with this, it's difficult for a person to incorporate, to embody all these frequencies. So That's why I'm working always on 5 levels. So spiritual, energy, mind, emotional, and body. Also, mind needs to, to lose a little to allow that different perspectives enter into body.
I'm a mindset coach, so that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I work
yeah.
with, you know.
Yeah, very
Our
important because
mind, everything.
on mind people have, including myself, I don't want to exclude myself, but it's less that my mind became obedient.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes, still has its own way, but became quite obedient. Yeah. I usually also compare a mind with a dog,
Mm,
with like I'm training my dog.
right.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people realize that our mind is as, first of all, can do what it can do, that is as flexible as it is, and that the subconscious part of our mind doesn't know the difference between reality or what we put in it. And so many people don't get that.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't lose 370 pounds because I clicked my hands or, wriggled my nose like bewitched. I had to take that time and believe it up here. Like, that
Exactly.
part was the hardest part, is not seeing myself at 550 pounds. But when you
Exactly.
can see your actual who you want to be, I'm telling you a secret. I'm going to say this. I said this to someone before. On my wall in my bedroom, I have this vision board. I've had this vision board since 2013. And I was looking at myself in my own mirror and I was like, oh my God, I'm like, how did I become this woman? I had the same shape, the same hairstyle, the same makeup. Like, oh my God, I'm emulating this blonde that I've been looking at for 12 years. I had no clue. It's weird what we do with our minds.
Yeah.
I when I look at my videos sometimes I'm like, became her. And it's so strange. I also notice I have the same sofa that I had on the vision board. So crazy.
Yeah.
The stuff that
Yeah,
we do.
exactly.
It's amazing. Yeah.
When mind picks this frequency, then it's much easier.
Yeah. I think it's such a cool thing to look at, the things that we can do with our mind and the people who have managed to do amazing things, like you getting over cancer because you changed your mind and the way you lived your life. It's just beautiful. And one of the things I wanted to ask you was, what are you most proud of accomplishing? That was one of my questions I had for you. What are you most proud of accomplishing?
It is to outgrow. This was really the process. Yeah.
And
Not very easy one, but very profound and full of teachings. Yeah.
so it's beautiful that you're doing that.
Yeah. Same as you.
I just love this woo-woo work.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, people say woo-woo, but we are energy. That's the fact. When energy is gone, body is dead. Awake, you cannot bring body to life, not with food, not with pharmaceutical drugs, with water, with anything outside, because energy is gone. So the
energy.
yeah, the energy is gone. So the only thing that we really have is just energy. When energy is gone, we are on the other side. Then we see everything.
Yeah, yes. I think a lot of people don't realize that we are energy. There's this saying that we are, what is it? We are spirits having a human experience. A lot of people
Yeah.
think we're humans, we're being spiritual. No, we're spirits having a human experience. We're spirits first, humans second. And because we're going
Exactly.
to leave the human body eventually. We all do. It's part of the process. But so many people forget that part. And they forget that
Yeah.
we are the energy. That's the beauty of it all. I also find that we're attracted to certain forms of energy. I think that's what attracts us to certain people or repels us from certain people, that energy. Have you been seeing any, like a big divide in energy recently, as far as positive, negative, people being attracted to it or not? Because I've been noticing in general with maybe the people you're working with or what you've seen in general.
To me, usually people come already that they know something about this energy world, and they want to work on their own energies, mind, connect with the spirit. Usually people don't come to me with that they don't know anything, because my posts on social media are quite provocative. So they split already. People that they don't believe, they don't even reach up to me.
Oh, wow.
So what I noticed lately, actually, that more and more people are interested in knowing more who they are in their origin. So this what I'm noticing. But in general, in the world, still like 95% of people are still sleeping. So we are where we are. So we go with our joy on forward, continue our path, and
We're the light
that's what
workers.
is important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not everyone gets what we're talking about, but that's fine. That's our job, is to spread the message, and every one or two people that hear us, the better. I mean, I just feel like
Exactly.
it's part of our job. Now, I
Yeah.
wanted to tell you, first of all, thank you so much for everything you've been talking about. This has been so exciting. But there's something I usually do. First of all, I want to ask you, where are you from? I never asked you that. Where are you located?
Yeah, I'm from Slovenia. Slovenia is the only country on the world that has love in its name. S, love.
Yes, it does. I love Slovenia.
Yeah.
Now, Slovenia, are you close to Lithuania or no?
No. We are close to Italy,
Italy.
Austria. Yeah, like
I'm trying to remember.
Central South Europe.
Yeah. I know I've seen it or heard of it. I was just looking at something. I think it might have been like a European singing contest, and someone from Slovenia was in the top.
Yeah, Europe. Yeah, Europe.
Yeah.
It's Central Europe. It's considered like Central.
I love your accent. So
Yeah.
one of the things I like to do with my guests is I love, because I'm an astrologer. I like to try to guess what their astrology sign is. So don't tell me. I'm going to see if I can guess. Now, based on what I've been looking at you, you've got a very interesting. Everything about you is very interesting. I see like what appears to be kind of gray curtains. I see a golden chair behind you. You got your green plant, and you got a white shirt, red hair. So my first thought was, wow, there's silver, gold, white, and red here. So I'm thinking things like Aries because of the red hair, of course, or Scorpio because of the red hair. But then I'm thinking she's got gold. That's very Leo, or Cancer in the white shirt, and Gemini because of the silver. What are you exactly? I didn't get that. Well, maybe the red hair, maybe in the gold. You're all around. It's so sad. Sagittarius, I couldn't pick you out.
Yes, Sagittarius,
That's
yes,
the
yes.
fiery red hair in the gold.
Fire, yes, a lot of fire, in my life.
Yeah, I was thinking Leo because I saw the gold, but you're right. It could easily be Sag. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I wonder if you do have some Gemini in you, though. Because Sagittarius is the opposite of Gemini. Yes, I wonder.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. Wow, Neja, is there any, first of all, let everybody know what your website is so that they can come and support you.
Yeah, my website is nejazupan.com, and there I have prepared some exercises that can help people already in the morning to rise up energy, frequency of energy for a good day experience. So for really good vibration to fulfill their goals of the day.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I was just writing it down so I can make sure I put it in there so everyone can get to this. Yeah, energy is everything. And just like we were saying, people don't realize it, but our energy, our level of energy, our positive, negative,
Exactly.
all of it. It's everything. I have had a situation, and if you ever stop to look at my YouTube videos, you'll see a lot of times before I get started, I dance. Like I got the music going and I'm clapping. And when we leave, I'm going to put on some music for us to party out. I believe that if we do things with a high energy, it changes everything.
Exactly.
We go into it with a low energy, it's not as good. But we go into it with a little bit of high energy, it really does make a difference. It changes us inside. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, we would go really good together.
I think
because I
so.
also like dancing, different moves, and it's so great to move.
Well, here's the beautiful thing too, Nia. I'm thinking about putting together like a special event where, all of us podcast guests get together and just do something for a couple of days. And you're definitely someone I would want to have there because what a story you have to tell, how you healed yourself with cancer and now you help other people to heal
Yeah,
themselves. It's beautiful.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And so I thank you so much for being my guest here today with me. I am really, truly grateful. Is there anything else other than highfrequencyenergy.com, everyone? Make sure you go to that.
High frequency energy formula.com.
Oh, I almost
Yeah,
forgot to.
formula. You forgot formula because
Ah,
this is formula for you already starting a day to initiating the day with high frequency energy. So it's a formula.
wow. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Well, I'm just going to see if there's anything you like to tell anyone before we go, and I'm going to find us a good song to dance off to. Let's see what's a good song for us to dance to here. Let's
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think this might be. Let's see what this is. But any question that you want to, or anything you want to say before I put on the music and we start dancing?
Yeah, in this podcast, what I perceived with you, you are such a great heart, a lot of laughter, and I really, really love your laughter because you are bringing this. And I hope that listeners of this podcast just sit and enjoy your laughter and take, I would say, that they catch on your laughter because laughter is healing.
Yeah, let's see what this song is. I've got it twice, so it might be good. Let's see what we've got here. Let's see if it comes on. Yay, I guess this is our song. It took a second, but it's cute. Yay! I got my little cellulite wand here. Oh, this was so much fun. Thank you, Naya. It's been so
Thank you, Adrian. Thank you for having me as a guest.
It has been a blast. It's been a blast. Much love to everyone. Many blessings from the Astrology Lovers Podcast and the Spiritual Woo Woo Podcast. Love to you.
Yes. Bye-bye.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. You're amazing.
You too. I really like your energy,
Oh, thank you so much. And I am going to reach out to you and make sure you get all the information from this and I'll give you clips and everything so you'll have that, okay?
Excellent. So that I can also publish, all
Yes.
this.
Yes, exactly.
Great.
Okay,
Great.
I'll send that to you soon.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.